Okay. Good afternoon. I would like to call the Government Operations Meeting to order on this day of January 15th. If you could please take roll, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Wilson,
Present.
Commissioner Kniezek, Commissioner Clark Coleman, Commissioner Killeen,
Here.
Chair Clemente.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you very much. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I would just like to say Happy New Year and welcome to our newest member, Commissioner Alan Wilson. We welcome you to this committee and we will have great discussions and move right along. So next item.
C, approval of the December 11th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Can I please get a motion?
I'm making that motion.
Okay, we're going to be using our tablets. So if I have a motion from Commissioner Killeen, second from Commissioner Wilson, all those in favor, please vote on your tablets. Please vote on your tablet.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Thank you. And let's go to new business, please.
Item 1, under new business, forwarding the 2024 year-end report of the Wayne County Ethics Board.
Okay, this is receive and file. Does anyone have any questions on this report? Okay, if we could, can we take 1 and 2 together, please?
Item 2, forwarding the Department of Corporation Counsel settlement report for October through December 2024.
Another receive and file. Anyone have any questions on this, commissioners? Okay, okay, perfect. All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Killeen, seconded by Commissioner Wilson. All those here, please vote on your tablet.
Motion carried.
Okay, we are going to move to item 3 now, please, Madam Clerk.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 4-year funding agreement with the Third Judicial Circuit Court of Michigan to increase pay for court employees.
And do we have people here about this? Thank you. Please introduce yourself, and if you can just do a little explanation, we'll see if we have any questions.
Sure, no problem. Jim Jernigan, Assistant Corporation Counsel.
Greg McIntyre, Deputy Budget Director.
This is an amendment to the current funding agreement. As this body knows, the county is the funding unit for the Third Circuit Court. Third Circuit Court came to the county in early 2024 requesting an increase in the amount allocated to it to assist in their increased wages. The county did an analysis and thinks that that's a good idea. And so the budget adjustment for this particular dollar amount was actually approved last month. So this is just the actual document that will ultimately move that along.
And this is just for wage improvements and retention. There's some compensation there too also.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Commissioners, does anyone have any questions on this? Commissioner Killeen?
I just want to review the history of this to begin with. We have these agreements with Circuit Court as a result of a lawsuit. And if my paperwork is correct, that's back to 2011, where we were ordered by as a result of that lawsuit, to have these funding agreements for the Third Circuit. Is that correct?
Yes.
And they're 4 or 5 year agreements that we've had.
I think the first one was 4 years, the second one was 6, and this one is 4. Or I might be transposing the first two, but.
So, and these are not a matter for budget deliberations or anything. This sets the funding in stone.
Correct.
By the courts, okay. It's hard to follow the bouncing ball here. You have different accounts with different numbers where they're going to go to. How much of this is actually going to go to improving pay over Third Circuit? This is forget the amount right off the top of my, this is $6 million. ask
Correct.
in the modification. And one of the things it said is for wages.
Correct.
And then you have these different accounts. How much is actually going to wind up going towards wages out of this 6 million?
Well, the court's goal, from what I understand, is to have 100% of it go to wages.
It's all wages.
Yes.
Wages and benefits, correct.
And so we're, yeah, right, the employee costs.
Correct.
So none of it's going to any other aspect.
No.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I hope it works. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Are there any other questions from commissioners? Yes, Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A quick question, Counselor. How much of this is, or if any, is going towards benefits, towards
Approximately
improvement of benefits? if you
about
will?
30% would be going. toward
30% is benefits?
Approximately, yes.
So it's not all wages.
It's a combination of salary and benefits, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you very much. If I
you.
could get a motion, please. For this item, we have a motion from Commissioner Wilson, seconded by Commissioner Clean. Please vote on your tablet.
Motion carried.
The next item on our agenda will be number 5, please, Madam Clerk.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 2-year addendum with additional 1-year options to renew by written agreement of the parties to a cooperative agreement with Carasoft Technology Corporation for a subscription license for software to manage constituent communications for the commission.
And this is oh, there you are. Please introduce yourself and go right ahead. I don't think you're on.
Tim Johnson, Director of Administration for the Commission. And this item is an amendment to a 2-year contract with Carasoft and with IndyGov to do client communications. The reason for the amended contract is we didn't use as much activity with IndyGov as we originally projected. So this is going to result in a savings of roughly $9,000.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, thank you very much. We have is this for this item? Yes. Motion by Commissioner Wilson, second by Commissioner Clean. Please vote on your tablet.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Item 6, please.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with CTS Companies for installation, maintenance, and repair services for telephone equipment and telecommunication wiring.
Pretty straightforward what it does. Does anyone have any questions about this? Okay. We can get a motion, please, for this item. Commissioner Clean made the motion. Second, please. Commissioner Wilson, please vote on your tablet.
Motion carried.
Right. And next item, please. And if we can do 7 and 8 together, please.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of retroactive Amendment 3 to a 1-year comparable source contract with the 1-year option to renew with Capstone Employment Services for temporary employees for clerical positions in the clerk's office. Item 8, requesting commission approval of retroactive Amendment 3 to a 1-year comparable source contract with the 1-year option to renew with Ultimate Staffing Services, a division of Roth Staffing Companies, for temporary employees for clerical specialist positions in the clerk's office.
Okay, so we're using these 2 entities to try and bring in more clerks to our clerk's office. These temporary employees could possibly result in being hired, which is a good thing. Does anyone have any questions on these 2 items? Commissioner Colleen?
Nope.
Nope, you're making a motion.
the wrong
Okay,
button.
very good. Okay, no, I think you did. You don't have a question or you do have a
Yeah, I
question?
do.
Okay.
I hit the
okay.
wrong button.
All right. Is there someone here that could answer questions?
Through the chair, this is Dwayne Sills, Chief Deputy Clerk. I apologize for not being able to be there this morning, but I am here on Zoom though.
Okay. Hi, Dwayne. Thank you. Commissioner Clean, your question, please.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Seal, how long have we had the capstone contract?
I think the capstone contract been in place for almost approximately 3 years. This is just amendment. I know that the reason we were asking for this contract is that we're in the process, actually purchasing procurements in the process of going out for bids and getting new bids as well as new vendors to an opportunity to provide this service. However, in the process of getting the bid process, it's taking longer than expected. We thought that we would be done by the end of 2024, but because we were not finished and these employees are still providing the service to the Wayne County Clerk's office as well as the courts, that we're asking for a 6 months extension here.
Okay, to get us to the RFP.
Yes, yes, sir.
In these 3 years, because part of it, this one and the next contract is to be able to bring people in temporarily and then make full-time county employees out of them.
That's it.
How has that gone for 3 years with the capstone contract?
We've had a few that actually have applied. What happens is that they have to meet the sometimes a background check, which is a little more extensive when they actually become a full-time employee with the county. And also they have to take a test too. So it's kind of difficult. We've been working with HR, explaining that some of these people have been working here for 2 years, 2.5 years, been doing an excellent job. But yet when they go take the test, they're missing the test by 1 or 2 points, and therefore they're not able to be pulled in on a full-time basis. So we're looking at the testing to see if there's some adjustment that can be made there. Maybe the test is not reflecting exactly what we need, because if they're working, providing the job and doing the job for 2 years and not able to pass a test, then maybe we need to make some adjustments there.
So we really haven't been able to hire anybody that came in as a
No.
temp?
No, I'm sorry. That is no. We have actually hired quite a few. In fact, when we come in, what happens is that the first 6 months we have to pay the company, Capstone or Roth, some type of agreement. I think after 1 month working with us, if they leave us, we have to pay like 75%, and then after 3 months it goes on to 50%. So what we do is try to get them trained, so after the 6 months period we can actually hire them in as a county employee without having to pay the company a fee to take those employees or use those employees in the county.
Could you share a number with us? Maybe not today, but how many of the folks that came in as temporary employees with Capstone actually did become county employees over the last 3 years?
Yes, sir. I can send that to you. I can send that to the chair as well as to yourself.
We may
To Commissioner today.
Yeah, Joe Slazak, policy analyst. I don't have my analysis in front of me, but if memory serves, between the two, I believe approximately 17 employees. I believe it was 6 and 11, if memory serves, that have gone through this, are now working full time for the clerk's office. If memory serves.
Okay.
That's close. I didn't want to give a number, but it's about in that range. In fact, we have about 5 more right now that have actually trying to take the test so they can come and become employees as well.
And in this matter, as well as in the next one, there was notes where the contractor performed services after the agreement had expired. It was $10,000 worth in the case of Capstone. Have we, how are we making sure that that doesn't happen? Because that's, violates the ordinance.
Yeah, that is actually that was a concern when it came to our I noticed when we recognized, I think in probably November, that we were not going to have the new procurement or the new RFP done in time. We right away contacted procurement and start the process of asking for a amendment to the contract. So we recognize these individuals are working, and we couldn't let them go because they are providing a service for us. But we recognize that the one company, it is a retro. I think theirs ended the end of December, and I know I think it's Roth. They're ending the 18th of this month.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Seals. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Clark Coleman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The problem that bothers me is the fact.
Commissioner, I don't think you're on. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Sorry about that.
Mhm.
I think the part that bothers me is that you've got people who are doing the work, they're doing a great job, but they can't pass the test.
Yeah.
So have you given any thought to maybe having a tutorial or something that will get them ready for tests? Sometimes people just don't know how to take a test. So if that be the case, it appears to me that we have a responsibility to work with them and maybe have some sessions that teaches you. For instance, if you are taking a test and you come across one question that's going to take you a long time, then you could advise them, you can answer quicker, and you might be able to, before the time runs out, you might be able to say, do 4 or 5 questions rather than spend time on one that's going to cause you to use more time. That's just one example. And of course, you being a former teacher, you certainly would know that. But there are people who just don't know how to take a test. But it's unfair for us to get rid of people who or not bring them on full time because they get 1 or 2 points.
Thank you for bringing that up. Of course, my teacher hat goes on when I heard that people are not being able to pass a test,
Yeah.
especially when we are training them. So, Mr. Seals, who administers a test? Is it an outside company? Is it through the staffing? Like once we have these temporary employees and they want to stay and then they fail, do they get to take it again? Like, what is the procedure with that? Because we don't want to be known as a place that,
Right.
we're training and we can't, employ these people as county employees.
I thank you through the chair for asking the question. We are very concerned about that. In fact, when it just in the last few weeks, I've kind of noticed that there were individuals that had actually taken the test, and then they were told no. And it was from personnel. And of course, I right away called the director. She's been very much involved. She's also agreed that has the same sentiment as you commissioners have, that what's going on here, and we need to take a look at the test and see what can we do to adjust, or what can we provide a training. So yes, they also personnel does recognize the problem, and we're working on that too. So yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, like to hear how that's going in the near future.
I'd like to hear
Yes.
how it's going to, because it's
Okay.
just a tragedy that people can do a job,
Mhm.
but yet at the same time, they can't pass a test, so they're being punished.
Right.
And by
Mhm.
not being able to bring them on full time.
I agree.
And we have an obligation
Yes.
to
And
see.
we need these people. The clerk needs these people, and we want to make sure that we have employees that
Because
are.
eventually they're going to leave. If we don't
Yes.
give them
Mhm.
a reason to stay, they're going to
Yeah.
eventually they're going to leave.
So we worked on wages, and we
Yeah.
want to make sure that we have people. So
Right.
thank
right.
you. Does anyone else have any other? We have an updated number on for Commissioner.
Yeah.
Did you find it? Okay. All right. Very good. For everyone, it is
Yep,
ahead, Joe.
Joe Slazak, Mary Carr looked it up. It is 7 from Capstone and 11 from Ultimate Roth are still working for the county. They've been hired by the county.
Perfect.
Yeah, go ahead, Commissioner
Yeah,
Clean.
and on that, Madam Chair, 'cause I did run across in the paperwork that we actually had hired a lot more from each of these, up in the 20s, but only 7
In 11.
and 11 remain after I think we had hired about 40. So do we know why those people have left after they were temporary? And then we hired them as county, and now they're gone within a short period of time.
Mr. Seals, would you like to answer?
Yes, to the chair, Commissioner Clean, yes, I'm glad you asked that question too. Yes, we know exactly why. It was because of the pay, and for what this body has done, this honorable body has actually fixed the pay. So now we're getting those, and some of those individuals who left have actually asked to come back. So it pretty much had a correlation to the pay at the time. But with the new pay schedule that was approved by this body, we're looking to bring those individuals, some of those back, and as well as recruit new individuals as well.
Thank you very much. I think it was mentioned in our last meeting that there were other places that were paying more and people were leaving, and we need to be competitive. And we did have a task force to look at that. And I'm hoping that this will all turn around and be better for the county. Okay, does anyone have any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Seals. Okay, can I get a motion? Can I get a motion and a second so we have a motion from Commissioner Wilson and second by Commissioner Clean. Please vote on your tablet on these two items, 6 and 7, or 7 and 8, 7 and 8, sorry.
Motion carried.
Thank you. We are now going to go to the addenda that we received.
Moving to the addenda, item 9, requesting commission approval of a comparable source contract with Dell Marketing for volume licensing for various Microsoft products.
This is a contract for Microsoft that we need more license. Does anyone have any questions on this contract? All right, and we have a motion by Commissioner Clean. Can I have a second, please, by Commissioner Wilson? Thank you. All in favor, vote on your tablet or? Yes, we do.
Motion carried.
Thank you. If we could go back to item 4, please.
Moving back to item 4 on the agenda. Requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 2-year legal services agreement with Zosmer PC to continue to provide legal consultation and representation in the toxic waste matters case.
Who's here for this, please?
Good afternoon, Sue Hammoud, Deputy Corporation Counsel.
Jim Jernigan, Assistant Corporation Counsel.
It looks like there's somebody here from Zoom or on Zoom, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Mike Caldwell from the Zosmer Law Firm and his associate Teresa Bowden is here.
You can come to the table if you'd like to.
That's my partner, Teresa Bowden.
He likes to correct that.
This is a legal services contract related to the hazardous waste activity that has been happening more frequently in the county in the last couple of years, I think. Has it been a couple of years? Maybe a year?
Yes.
Originally, we engaged the Zosmer Law Firm to give us legal advice and opine on some of the safeguards that can be taken and some of the actions that the county could take to ensure the safety of the residents of the county. Sometime in the summer, correct me on the timeline if I'm wrong, a lawsuit was filed against WDI. Somebody tell me what it stands for.
Waste
Waste
Inc.
disposal.
Wayne Disposal.
Yeah,
Inc.
Wayne Disposal. And the county intervened in the litigation. So that is still currently pending, and that's where we are now, and that's why we're asking for a modification of the legal services contract.
So who are the other people in this lawsuit?
They're Van Buren Township, Romulus,
City of Belleville.
and City of Belleville.
And Canton
So
Township.
Belleville, Ramulus, Canton Township, and Van Buren. So who's the lead person on this?
You mean the lead,
Like, is there
the
someone
lead
that's taking?
city?
Yeah, the lead,
The
lead.
lead appellant.
Here, turn on your,
You,
turn on your,
Yeah, is it Ken?
It might be, I don't know if we want to go in closed session. I'm going to answer these
you
questions.
can answer who the plaintiffs.
Okay.
We're good. Yeah.
The lead counsel for all other local municipalities is Brandon Grisco, and his associate Joseph Brown. And they have taken lead for all other municipalities on their complaint, on the plaintiff's complaint. We are intervening plaintiff.
So there is, I think the answer is the municipalities brought it collectively together. There's not a lead of those. We
Okay.
just intervened and joined them in the fight.
Was there anyone else that joined in besides Wayne County on a township level or personal people or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So I think the reason why we joined in was because of all these citizens in our area.
Correct.
Okay.
And the site being located in Wayne County.
All right. So how did we go about, can you kind of run through what happened exactly? Our procurement ordinance, you can get into lawsuits.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, we have a corporation, well, the CEO has delegated authority to start legal services contracts. This contract started under that delegated authority. And then, like I said, originally it was just, we were just working on a pilot and then we intervened in the litigation, so it grew. And we actually, there's a hearing in February, am I correct?
February 20th.
Okay.
Public information.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So, we want to be good stewards of our taxpayers and we want to make sure that we're doing the right things. How much has been spent so far in this?
What, I think what we've paid has been
35.
Just the 35. Okay. All right. And then what has happened so far? Oh, hold on a
So-
second. I might be in trouble.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna discuss the litigation, I'm gonna request that we go into closed session.
Okay.
Again,
Okay, commissioners, can I get a motion to go in closed session support? Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Clark Coleman, seconded by Commissioner Wilson. Well, I know, but you said first. Okay, all right, let's go. Motion by Commissioner Wilson, second by Commissioner Clark Coleman. All those in favor?
We need a roll call vote.
Oh, I said roll call, sorry, roll call. Yes, I always forget. Roll call vote, please, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Wilson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kenizic, Commissioner Clark Coleman, Commissioner Colleen, Chair Clementi.
Yes.
We are now moving into closed session.
Teresa.
On speakerphone for the closed session.
No.
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead.
No,
No,
I
no.
just want to clarify the basis or the basis for the request of Corporation Counsel to go into closed session was to discuss pending litigation, which may have discussion of which in an open session would have an adverse effect on the litigation.
Thank you very much. So for item 4, can I get a motion, please, for approval? We have a motion by Commissioner Clark Coleman, and I need a second. And I have a second by Commissioner Wilson. We will be voting on our tablet.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item, please.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
G, public comments.
Do we have any emails that we received?
No emails received.
And you can open the lines for Zoom and telephone. Is there anyone that would like to make a public comment? Now is the time to make that public comment. Do we see any, Madam Clerk?
No hands raised on Zoom.
Okay, close public comment. I can I motion for adjournment. Second. And all those in favor say aye. We are adjourned.